Hey guys, welcome back to my neck of the woods. My name's Dika, where I share my experience and my knowledge, hoping to lessen your learning curve along the way. So I have another product review for you, a product in which I purchased, and I have upgraded some of my surf casting equipment, and I wanted to do a little review on it and let you folks know what I think of it and whether I think it's a good buy or not. All right, before I get started, please sub my channel. If you like product reviews and things like this, definitely consider subbing it. All right, so without further ado, the Tsunami SaltX 6000. Prior to this, I had a Pen Slammer 3. And my application is I don't fish off boats, usually fish off the rocks and jetties and in the surf. And the Pen Slammer 3 never really failed me. I did catch a couple fish that maybe the reel that I had, it could handle it. I caught a couple 40-inch striped bass off the beach, and the Pen Slammer 3, it could handle it, but I wouldn't say that it was a good reel if I was going to catch that type of fish all the time. All right, I don't catch that fish all the time. In Massachusetts, I usually catch slot-sized fish, which are considered keepers, and those are from 28 to 35 inches. Occasionally, I will catch one outside of that, but for the most part, 35 inches and smaller is mostly what I catch, which I'm fine with. So I bought the Tsunami SaltX, and the reason I bought this is because it's fully submersible. There are many times where I have my surf bag or I'm in the surf and I'm changing out lures or I'm changing out bait or whatever, and I struggle to keep the reel out of the water. Now the Pen Slammer 3, they say you can drop it in the water and it's not a problem, but it's not fully sealed. And I have dropped it in the water, and over time it causes some wear and tear to the reel. And I'm pretty hard on the reels. And fishing in the salt water, that's hard enough for the reels. So I took a leap and I bought the Tsunami SaltX. The price tag on it is $400, and it was a bit of a leap for me. And I wasn't sure what to get. You know, I did some reviews and I did some research and I talked to some people online, and $400 for a reel, that's a lot for me. Now the first thing I think of when you think of like better quality reel and fully submersible is you think of the Van style. And the Van style was, I wouldn't say it was completely out of my price range, but I just could not justify paying that amount of money for a reel. And I make probably in my surf casting season, which is from May to October, I might make 80 trips to the ocean to surf cast, sometimes more. So it's not like I don't use the reel. It's not like it's sitting in the back collecting dust. So I bought this one, and I've got it spooled up with 40-pound Yozori Super Braid, and it's a beast. It's an absolute beast. I can go over some specs with you, but it's made of aluminum. It weighs about 18 ounces, and all the gears inside are stainless steel. It's very easy to reel. The handle it's superb grip. They use the same type of rubber foam that they use on golf club handles. It's really, really good. I did have some reservations because it is made overseas. It's made in China, and it's $400, and I think it's well worth it, in my opinion. Everything that I've put it through so far, I have fully submersed it. There was even one thing when I caught a fish, and I was reeling it underwater, and it still worked great. All I do for care when I come home is as you can see, it is in what you considered used condition. It's dirty. There's sand on it, and there's some stickiness from fish guts or whatever stuck in here, but it works superb. All I do for care when I come home is I just take the hose to it, spray it down, and then for the most part I leave it in my garage or my truck or leaning against the side of my house when I'm not using it. Now the price tag versus a Van style. I have never used a Van style, and after getting this, I'm pretty sure that I don't need a Van style. This boasts a superb 50-pound drag, and I would say it's every bit of that. I don't keep the drag pinned down. Most times, even when I'm fishing bait, I'll keep it loose, And then when the fish starts to pull it, I'll set the hook and tighten it if I need it. But I probably keep it maybe around 25, 27, right around there. And but knowing that I have that drag, if I do have a bigger fish out there that's gonna spool me, I am gonna try to use it shark fishing off the in the surf this year. So I'll let you know about that. It does, when it comes in a case like this, which I like. It's a hard case. I mean, it's a soft case, but it's rigid. And when I'm not using it, I'm gonna oil up my gears and then put it back in here when I'm not using it during the winter. So let you know what it looks like inside. It's a good case. It sits in there good. It comes with a wrench if you want to get into the inner workings in here, which I did. I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. The inner workings in there, it's a wrench to open this piece up. And I do like that it comes with a bailless feature. So as you can see that my reel is bailless. It didn't come that way. It came with the bail on it, and the bail was fit in there. And just to let you know, this is a manual bail. You're not going to have, birds are taking over my yard here. You're not going to have that issue where you're reeling and it flops forward. You really have to move it yourself. And it was quite firm. It was stiff too. And they have the instructions inside here of how to change it to bailless. It's very easy. I actually followed a video on YouTube where I was able just to pause it and stop and do it in real time there. It was very, very easy. But this is a good storage for the off season where you can just keep it and it's not just sitting on a workbench somewhere or whatnot. I can do my sort of winterizing maintenance and then put it in. Or put it in and then do it in the springtime or whatever. But it's a good case and it offers some storage. All right, with that. So I went bailless, and I'll probably do a whole nother review or talk about bailless versus the bail. I don't think I'll ever go back. It's a bit of a learning curve changing to bailless, but I don't think I will ever go back to using a bail. It's better, and it's really difficult to explain. I have to really put some thought into it and think about what I'm going to say as a comparison. But it's definitely better. It's easier. It just skips a step, and I don't know. It's just easier. So there were some. There was one con that I saw online. Now, I have not experienced any cons and any bad issues with this reel. One thing that people talked about online is that if you do, when you take this apart here and the axle that's in there, some people say when it was machined, there was some scratches in the axle. And when I did take it apart, there were some very slight grooves there. I wouldn't even call them scratches. Very, very slight grooves that were probably from when it was machined. And they say if your handle, like, it's only when the seal is on this side. So if you take the handle's ambidextrous, by the way, you can change it. If you take the handle and put it on this side, it does disrupt the seal in here because of those ridges. Those ridges will potentially catch water over time. I have not experienced anything like that because I reel on the left side. But even so, there's just a couple people that said that. There was no proof of it. There was just a couple people that said it online. Overall, it's a great reel. It is a beast. The performance is wonderful. And I want to get into something on the performance. And so I initially took this and I put this on my existing rod, which is a Penn Battalion. And the Penn Battalion is a lower price point or a lower quality than this reel. And I ended up upgrading to, I have the TFO, Temple Fork Outfitters angler, sort of. I think it's I forget forget the name of the, I think it's called the casting angler or something like that. This is the, Tactical Surf, that's what it's called. So the TFO, Temple Fork Outfitters Tactical Surf series rod, and this is the rod that I have. It's a 10-6 medium, 3/4 to 4 ounces, and it's a medium fast. This is a quality rod as equal to this, and I think it helped balance it out. I felt that the casting, I had a 10-foot Penn Battalion. It was 3/4 to 3 ounces, and it was also a medium and a medium fast. It just didn't, I feel like it held back the superior quality of the reel using a rod that wasn't the same sort of line gauge or ratio. Maybe it was just me, but I felt once I upgraded the rod, everything just seemed to click and everything made better sense. All right, but that's all I really have for you. I would stand behind this. As far as I've seen, it's fully sealed. Some people did say that there was some a bit of a tension when you reeled it. I didn't have that issue at all. There was a gentleman online that did another review, and he says it's because of the copious amount of grease that's inside, and this person recommends removing some of the grease. I haven't removed anything. I did take it apart and I looked at it, but just to say that I could take it apart, and just for purposes for when I winterize the reel. But Bailless, I like that it came with that Bailless setup. You didn't have to buy it extra for $400, and if it has that, you know, it's just a bonus. I would buy it. I would buy this again. I would recommend this reel to anybody. Now, granted, I haven't had it for a full season yet, but it's a wonderful piece of machinery, and it's really great. All right, that's all I have you. That's all I have for you. Sub the channel and check out some of my other vids. I'll talk to you guys later. Be well.